everybody, welcome back to Studio B. Today we're in Barnes & Noble and we're looking at some of the most hyped up books right now. I've been on TikTok for only like 3 months and I've been seeing totally new trends that have been coming out. Even a lot of these books are older and they're just now getting the attention they deserve. One of them is The Summer I Turned Pretty. This book captures the beach vibes perfectly. It's light, it's fun, it's super easy to pick up. It's about a girl named Belly, spends a bunch of time at Cousin's Beach and kind of gets into a really odd love triangle there. It's quite a bit different than the show, just in that this book is relaxing to read. Whereas I found the show to not be. I found that to be kind of stressful. And I was mad at the characters the entire time. But for this one, I honestly just felt like I was having a good time listening to my friends gossip about their summer vacation. Okay, I'm picking up a book that I have never read before. Never. And I just want to talk about this one because I've heard so much about it. I'm definitely going to be purchasing this. This is Powerless by Lauren Roberts, and this is the rest of the series, Powerful and Reckless. The inside of the book says the elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Ilya and shunned from society. It's kind of giving the chosen one trope, I think. It's kind of giving Divergent or The Uglies, you know. I don't know so much about it. I'm going to put more information about it on the screen. Get ready for a review, because I've heard way too much about this to put it down. This is another book that's totally trending right now. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I'm sure that I've talked about this book before, but I think maybe I have a slightly more nuanced perspective than I did when I started reading it initially. The plot of this book is super awesome. Lara Jean writes therapeutic love letters to kind of express her feelings. Her little sister mails all of them off. I love the plot of this book because I also totally write therapeutic letters and I even write therapeutic emails, but I thought I was going to relate so much with these characters and I thought I was really going to love this plot. But this actually wasn't my favorite book. Here's why. So I picked up this book a while ago and I got about a quarter of the way through when the plot didn't really keep going in the way that I'd imagined. It started to turn into a blender of fake dating romance mixed with a love triangle, and I felt like all of the characters' relationships were really half-hearted. I wish that this book kept going in the initial direction and kept going with the energy and excitement that it had in the beginning. I also purchased this book on Audible to see if I could kind of get through it that way and that I would continue to enjoy reading it. I still just wasn't enjoying it as much as I did initially. I felt that these characters were a bit more bland. The main character, Lara Jean, is really childish and continues to be throughout the book. Her main love interest is totally connected to his ex and just, I'm not into him the entire time. There's also a sequel called P.S. I Still Love You, which I also purchased and also didn't finish. For me, not my favorite. I haven't read this one before, but I have so many friends that have, and they love this book. It's called I Hope This Doesn't Find You. It's about a girl whose emails that were really angry accidentally get sent out. Now, it sounds a lot like the plot of To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Here's why this is different and why I think this one might be better. I Hope This Doesn't Find You deals with a female protagonist that has a lot of flaws. She's a people pleaser. She's an overachiever. She's always trying so hard to be the best. And that is so much more relatable to me than the character of Lara Jean. It's about academic rivals. It's about a slow burn romance. And from what I've heard from my friends, these characters seem so much more authentic and so much more relatable. I've been following this author on Instagram, and I'm really excited to see where this book takes me. Of course, I'm going to have to get the paperback version. Hi, sorry. This is I Hope This Doesn't Find You by Anne Lang. I know that I just said that this is not my favorite book, but this marketing is amazing. Here's something I don't like, though. Even though I love that daisy, cute, small hardback, what I don't always love is when books get a series and then they put real life photos from the series on the book. Let the book be the book and let the series be the series, please. Okay, I have been reading a little bit more in the YA mystery/horror genre. I know that I said I was done with it after my YA murder video where I kind of harped on that trend of books always being slightly similar. Yet, here I am again, they've lured me in. The books I'm going to be talking about right now are One of Us is Lying and its sequel, and A Girl's Guide to Murder and its sequel. Also the series The Cheerleaders. I've been reading that one lately. I have the entire series in my dorm room. I've honestly been loving it. I think that sometimes the idea is overdone of slightly quirky girl that goes to a high school and ends up like solving a mystery. There's a murder in the high school. And I feel like after that, it starts to get kind of monotonous. I've actually kind of been loving them, and I'm sorry for harping on that trend. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder just got a Netflix series, I think, or it's about to get one, and that's why I've been seeing it everywhere. I must say, I really do like this book. Honestly, these ones are really fun to just pick up whenever, because the suspense is what keeps you reading the book. One thing that I always hate about reading new series or having a book when you're in the middle of school is that when you pick it up, it takes you kind of forever to get back into the book and back into that world. But when it's a suspense novel, it just keeps you enthralled the entire time. For me, that's what makes these books worth it. A girl spends the summer in Italy and uncovers a family mystery while falling for an unexpected romance. I went to Italy like last summer, I think, and how I wish I had brought this book with me. But if you can't go to Italy, this is the next best thing. I absolutely love when an author does such a good job of describing the setting. I'm loving the mystery and the romance. It's keeping me interested in both ways. But my favorite part of this, the scenery in the novel, the setting, the way that I feel when I read it. If you cannot go to Italy, this is basically a vacation in a book. Also has the sequel, Love and Olives, which I haven't read yet, but I would love to. I think this one is about Greece. Yep. Going to Greece, and I think it's also a different character. I love that they put a little marker here so that everyone can see how amazing it is. They said it's a delightful standalone romance set in Italy that dives into lost love, family, friendships, and growing up. This book is Italy in the pages. I've heard a ton about Sunkissed, and I've mentioned it a couple times because I did start the book, but the thing that drove me away from finishing this book is that the main love interest's name is Brooks. My name is Brooke, so that's kind of weird to me. I did not like how she was like in love with this guy that had my name. It just felt weird. But other than that, this book has been described as the perfect summer read. It's about a girl that's going to family camp and falls in love with one of the family camp directors. He's on staff, and it's kind of forbidden romance in that way, but it's lighthearted and fun as far as I've heard. I haven't read this one yet. I've heard so much about this. I know it's winter, but if you've been missing summer, I think this is the one for you. Okay, I finally found the Cheerleaders series in here. You guys, I have the entire series, and you know how committed I am if I buy an entire 5-book series before I even read the first one. And it's in that same kind of trope-ish genre where a girl in high school uncovers a mystery. But this one's really caught my eye. First, there was a car accident. Not long after, the murders happened. Monica's sister was the last cheerleader to die. After her suicide, Sunnybrook High disbanded the cheer squad. No one wanted to be reminded of what happened. That was 5 years ago. Monica's world starts to unravel. I have really loved the storytelling in this one, and I love that it's a longer series. Sometimes mysteries end up being standalones, but I love how it just continued to build with every new book. It did not fizzle out. The one that's here is The Champions. I have this one in a light blue color, but I honestly kind of wish I had the green. I really like how Kara Thomas did a spin-off with different characters without making it seem like an entirely new book. It felt like it was still part of the series, just from a different perspective, and I love how well done that is. Hi guys, this is Brooke, post-production. I just wanted to thank you so much for watching this video. I wasn't able to film an outro because I jumped straight into the next video I was filming within the bookstore. If you watch this to the end, please know I'm so very grateful for you. Truly grateful for everyone that spends their time watching me. Thank you for coming to the bookstore and having a chat with me. I've been on this channel since I was 7 years old, and honestly, there's nothing I value more. Thank you for your friendship, your kindness, your love, and support. Bye all. See you next time on Studio B.